So welcome back for another video. I've been getting a lot of comments, questions, requests about doing a video in reference to the Baltimore $1 home program. The name of the program is actually the fixed price program. Now, this program has been around for years, but I just wanted to just talk about this as a real estate agent in the DC, Maryland area. And I've also been an investor in Baltimore. So there are several things about this program that the headlines do not mention. Although it sounds good, it's not as good as they seem, unfortunately. Now, with this program, if you are someone that wants to purchase a home for $1, you have to, number one, live in this home for 5 years. 2, you have to show a rehab budget of $94,000 and higher. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, hey, where can I get the cash for something like this and be able to live in it? Well, they have something called an FHA 203K loan, which you can use for a property like this. Okay. Now, if you are an investor or a developer, you cannot buy these homes for $1. You can buy them for $3,000. And again, you have to show that you have the money to rehabilitate these properties. Okay. Now, let me get to the next thing, and I understand people are really, really excited. There are a reason why these homes are $1. Okay. When I first moved close to Baltimore and was starting my real estate career early on, almost 10 years ago, in Baltimore, you could buy homes for $200, $500, $1,000, $1,500. There was a reason for that. And I was uneducated, as to why they were that cheap. I was uneducated as to the actual real estate market in Baltimore. And I went on a buying spree and I started buying a bunch of homes in Baltimore, a lot of them, just because they were cheap via auction.com. If I don't know if anybody remembers those days. So what ended up happening was after I purchased, 10 or so properties, I started getting fines in the mail, thousands of dollars every month. There was a reason for that. Okay. So just to give you an example, if you buy a home, let's just say you're a developer or even if you're just someone just buying it, and there's a board up on your door or a window and somebody pulls that board off, the city is then going to charge you $250 to put that board back up. And mind you, there's no way for you to know because this home is boarded up. So you're going to get a ticket in the mail for $250. And then if somebody comes in, does it again, you're going to get another ticket because the city will put the board back up. And this is revenue for them. So when people see these homes for $1, they get excited like, yes, I can get real estate. There's a reason for that. Okay. These aren't the best neighborhoods. You're not going to get a home for $1 in $1 million neighborhood. It's not going to happen. Okay. There are a reason they're $1. Okay. And, face value, it sounds good, but when you actually try to bring it into fruition and do something with it, it's a lot harder than it seems. Here's the other thing. Baltimore is tricky when it comes to real estate. You could have one block. The homes in this one block are selling for $400,000, $500,000. 10, 15, 20 feet away on the next block, $20,000. Right? So people that are from Baltimore and people that understand the Baltimore market understand this. Okay. Now, here's the other pitfall. If you buy a home, okay, and you have board ups on both sides, it's a bad investment. Reason being, if you rehab that home, it's going to be hard to sell. Or if you try to turn it into a rental, it's not going to happen. Because when you have board ups or empty homes next to you, you're going to have mice, you're going to have rats. Well, that causes health problems. Okay. Rats and mice, they'll bite their way into the renovated property and they may leave droppings on the floor. You have a kid, that thinks that it's candy on the floor. They pick it up, they eat it. Well, now they're poison. Okay. So that's the other thing in Baltimore is they're selling them for $1 for a reason, because if I buy a boarded up home and both my neighbors are boarded up, I now have to try and reach out to them to say, hey, I'm ready to rehab. Are you going to rehab? Because if you guys don't rehab and I rehab, I can't sell, nor can I rent. So it has to be collective. Well, guess what? It becomes a cluster because now they have to call their neighbors and get their neighbors to do the same thing. Well, what if their neighbors are a bank? The whole thing is just messed up, right? So all in all, it sounds good, but do your research, understand where you're buying these homes, and have a reason for why. And you also need to have a plan. Now, if you have people living on both sides, cool, that may be a great deal. But if they're bored, if you're next to a board up, you're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. It's not going to be a good investment. You're going to get fines. You're going to have to pay taxes on that property. Anything that happens in that property is on, you're not on your dime. Okay, it's boarded up. Most people that buy in Baltimore, they buy it and leave it, so they don't know what's going on at the property. I was one of those people, and it cost me money in the long run. I had to, cut my losses and just get rid of all the properties until I understood how that market works. Okay, so again, I know a lot of people are excited. People want to get in, spend $1 and get a house, but it's a lot more complicated than that. Again, if you're spending $1, you actually have to live in that property for 5 years, and you have to show the rehab budget of $94,000 and higher. And if you're a rehabber or if you are a developer, you can buy the homes for $3,000. And again, you have to show the budget to be able to actually put these properties back together before they allow you to purchase. So I just want to just bring you all that information. It sounds good, but it's a lot more complicated than that. Thanks for watching.